out there. I think I'm ready to go now. I'm basically looking at a delay here. Okay, there we go. All right, I know I'm good now.
I know I'm good now. How's everyone doing out there? My name is Midnight Vesper. This is going to be No Straight Roads. A couple quick things before we get into the run. Want to say that this run came out about a month and a half ago, so we've been working on this very, very, very quickly. I also want to introduce to our my lovely couch. If my couch want to go ahead and introduce themselves, that'd be great.
Hello guys, my name is NoReset. I am the moderator for the leaderboards for the Discord, and I'm also the current record holder for the NMG category for any percent.
So with that underway, we're going to go ahead and kind of get through everything as much as we can, but we're going to go straight into it. Going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So, No Straight Roads is a platformer / music game. Basically following rhythm, kind of going off and...
Please state your name and
yeah.
introduce yourself
Rhythm and traditional
briefly.
platforming. If you want to talk more about the plot, Moist Rock, and more about...
Just follow the arrows. Thank you.
Yeah, so basically what we're doing right now, we have to deal with a 6-minute auto-scroller tutorial where we are basically going to be auditioning in front of the NSR staff. Also, what you're going to notice is that when we're moving this game, we're always going to be trying to roll, or we're going to try to air dash, since that will save us time overall during the run. And coming up, as soon as you see these crates right here, Vesper is going to do a ledge roll. So it's just a really simple strat where if you roll off a ledge with a decent amount of height on it, you're actually going to get a pseudo air dash. And it's actually a lot faster than just doing any of the running, rolling. And we're actually going to utilize that during some of the approaches, which are going to be the platform sections of the game.
We're going to try and do as much as we can with that.
I believe.
So
unfortunately, we cannot skip any of the text here, so all Vesper has to do is just keep jumping, and then she's going to explain everything about the controls.
For this part and for the first boss, we're going to have it with DJ Subatomic Supernova. You're going to hear kind of a, like, almost sound effect that kind of tells you, hey, this is where you're supposed to do this action. Outside of that, I don't think it's ever used in the game ever again. And again, this is the traditional explain how to do all the controls and stuff. If you want to, Moist Rock, if you want to, can you go ahead and explain the difference between why we're running this on PC versus some of the other consoles that have come out recently?
Yeah, so when we were trying to figure out what the differences were between the Switch, Xbox One, PS4, and PC version, so we noticed that there are two different builds. There's one for PC and PS4, and the other one's going to be the Switch and the Xbox One version. And what we noticed is that, at least, I think his name was Ricky TikTok, he was the Xbox One runner for this game, and he discovered some noticeable differences. So for instance, you'll notice that Vesper used a 3-hit combo with Mayday, so you notice all those combos just 1, 2, 3. So on the Xbox One and the Switch port, Mayday's damage is actually lower, which means you can't get as much damage during certain boss fights, which messes up some of the cycles. And then also some of the boss patterns are different, specifically Eve and Tatiana, which are the last two. Other than that, most of the other stuff is the same. I know some of the artwork is different, but other than that, those are the main noticeable differences. Although we don't have any runners currently right now playing on Switch that have attempted NMG, so we'll have to see what happens in the future if anyone will attempt the runs.
I started on the Switch, and then when we found out about that, I immediately bought PC.
Yeah, I got this.
Yeah, I mean, PC is just more consistent, plus you have to deal with loading times.
Yeah.
Alright, so what the tutorial's about to explain is how we use Mayday for slow but more powerful attacks, but then Zook has shorter, faster, but less damaging auto attacks.
And also Zook has really, really, really awesome pants. I don't know why, I just love, you know.
Zook's design is just great overall.
There we go.
Having bleak time tries.
That wasn't bad canceling there.
Yeah, so basically what Vesper's trying to go for right now, so we figured out that there is a unintended glitch with Zook where he can actually jump cancel his attacks. So whenever you jump right before you press the X button, which is your attack press, or if you found it, then it'll actually reset the combo counter back to 1. And that has really good uses, especially for the DJ Subatomic fight. And then also, you can actually perform a rapid fire mode with Zook if you do the jump cancel on the very last hit of the combo. And then you can just link those over and over, and then Zook is just a living machine gun.
I didn't get it. Well, I got the mess up there, but that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, so what you try to do there, so you could hear the music that the laser was supposed to fire, but unfortunately you need to, it's a very specific timing for that, since the lasers fire in sync with the music. So unless you kill the 2 bumper bots that we saw earlier very fast, and you have good RNG with the fly bots, then you might be able to get a faster cycle with the lasers. But honestly, having that slowdown is only like losing 1 or 2 seconds.
Initiate the final phase.
All right, let's do this.
Ah.
There we go. There's the Zook jump cancels.
I switched on May a little bit early there, but that's fine.
And right now, this final section is just 4 different individual mini battles with all the bots.
And again, there's a little bit of RNG here, I think, but not enough, you know. I get weird RNG sometimes that the enemies will fight me at random spots. So.
Oh yeah, sometimes you can actually make those 3 bosses at the very beginning actually shoot at you if you spam a ground pound over and over. It's kind of weird how the game works.
Yeah.
Alright, and this is the whole tutorial section right there. He actually had a prompt which is called the Showstopper, just pressing both bumpers, and we'll be seeing that repeatedly on every single boss fight and the finale, which will be the end of the time.
Plot-wise, we auditioned to be, like I said earlier, to be part of the NSR team, and we were just rejected because, according to the game, rock is dead and EDM is more popular.
I know this didn't go as you planned.
You think?
But it's not good getting worked up over an empty stomach. Why don't we head back first and grab some...
And right here, it's gonna be more auto-scroller because we have to get into a cutscene. So we're just gonna be rolling our way to a TV section, and we're gonna start the music revolution in due time.
Also, we never get those burgers. That always makes me sad.
Well, I mean, they drop from item crates, so...
Yeah, that's true. We did actually skip a kind of cutscene there. On the Switch version, you can't skip it, but for the PC version, you can just roll right through
We're on TV.
and never do any of that.
Oh, hey.
I think this is a good time for us to reflect.
If there's
back
any
on our
donations,
shortcomings.
and if there's
Knowing NSR,
anything you want to say,
they
Zombie,
probably
now's the
have
time. We have a nice
unimaginably high
kind of
standards when it
cutscene
comes
break
to
here.
picking their candidates.
Well, we currently don't have any new donations just yet, but I do want to remind people we do have some upcoming milestones that are very, very, very easy to hit. Coming up at the $2,000 mark, which we are just spitting distance from, we got the Final Fantasy Randomizer Drop Your Weapons milestone, and then after that, we got for 2,500 Super Monkey Ball, Banana Blitz HD, Ultra Heaven, and also for that, we hit that milestone. We've also got a bid war for which character. So that's going to be something that you don't want to miss there. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. The Super Monkey Ball speedruns, like every time I see them, they're just mesmerizing, the tricks they pull off with that game.
So, Moist Rock and I think the other people that are higher above in the leaderboards than I do like to switch to Zook here. I like to stay with May, just because I find it a little bit easier, and plus the A button that didn't want to work. The Zook canceling here is a little finicky for me. So we're getting into the first boss fight with our DJ Subatomic Supernova. While I do this, if you want to explain kind of the way to work around it. Oh, hi, that was new.
Alright, so basically how every boss fight works, you can see the health bar at the top right. And so for each bar of health that we drop, it transitions to another phase, which introduces different attack patterns at different stages of the music, which is really nice. And right now, all we have to do is kill the discos, get the notes, fire, and that's the end of the first phase immediately.
Oh.
And so this is where jump canceling becomes really important. So the way these planets work is you can only hit them 8 times before they try and fast orbit around you. So you try to hit them as many times as possible with Zook, and then grab the max amount of notes before they orbit around. Also, unfortunately, with the run, or the game in general, every boss fight has some form of RNG except for Eve and Tatiana. So luckily, it only loses around maybe like 5 to 10 with the worst RNG possible.
I am not having a good fight here.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Also, one of the strats that we would use in DJ is there are transformable items that we can use, and the one that Zook has in this stage is it makes into a treadmill. If Zook runs on the treadmill, then his attack speed is much. Oh, there's the Zook jump kiss right there. So anyway, the treadmills make Zook's attacks noticeably faster, so you can get the max amount of notes, even maybe double of 8. So we are on the 3rd phase right now. See right here, there's the right. Fortunately, the planet rotations are not good. Okay, here's the laser beam. When the laser beam happens, all the planets stop moving. So all you have to do is just hit the planets while they're just stuck in place, get as many notes as possible. And now this laser beam is just gonna circle around the map continuously, unfortunately.
And I for what it's worth, I switched on over to May because I looked at my health for Zook, and I want to make sure that I am at a decent enough health, and that way I don't end up dying. So I didn't get the first phase kill. I didn't get the quick kill here, which is fine because it gives me a chance to kind of like really kind of showcase this, which I love because it shows you about a lot of the cancellations that happen here.
All right, this is gonna be the parry section right here. Nice double parry. Just like Cuphead, so you can only parry projectiles that are glowing pink, except for the Eve fight, which we will explain later on. So now it's just a second cycle of the phase.
RNG hurt me here.
It's gonna be a second laser beam, all the time's gonna stand still.
There we go. Woo, that was close.
And that should be the end of our 3rd phase, and now we're on to the finale.
And with this, it's the 3rd beat of every measure. So 1, 2, counter. Next one, you got 1, 2, counter. And that's how you do these counters here. And if you hear, there's a little bit of a DJ scratch almost to kind of tell you, hey, get ready for that counter. And again, I switched to May here for healthy numbers there. There we go.
Only one way to end this.
Right you are, Zook!
Green light.
So everything here, if you know anything about music, everything here is kind of in a common time 4/4 based feel, with the exception of May. Or I'm sorry, not May, Eve's fight. And that ends our first boss fight with DJ Subatomic Supernova. This game is super, like, it's a great game to get into, but it's also got a lot of, like, artistic flavor to it. It's got a lot of jokes into it. It's got a lot of humor to it. And this was also a, I believe, Malaysian game. I believe the company was Malaysian.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, so all the actors and stuff are all from that area. And the person who, I think, the president or CEO of Metronomic, who made this company or made this game, also worked in Final Fantasy 15, I believe. So it's got some great people that work behind the scenes. They're very open to their fans as well. A lot of the voice actors do live streams, and then when this game came out, they did a whole big long discussion, or like big long stream talking about it. They had all the VAs together in a couple streams and stuff like that. Showed off a lot of artwork and watched a lot of artwork and promoted it and stuff like that. So now we got through all of that. We're going to meet our good buddy, Gigi, who's a cool guy.
Another time then, rock stars.
And now we're here to meet Cliff. Cliff is the big fanboy of us, because Cliff is kind of a rock star of sorts, I believe. And he'll end up being kind of our guide on what enemies we need to fight and stuff like that. All right. Good placement there.
Greeting.
Oh,
Glad pleasures. I'm
right?
definitely. In fact, speaking.
You.
Yeah. Having go ahead.
Ah, I jumped there.
Yeah, so what Vesper was trying to go for there is during the cutscene where we introduce ourselves to Cliff, you can actually move slightly closer to the vinyl player. So these vinyl players are going to be throughout the overworld, and then that's what's going to unlock the next section for us. So if you're close enough to the vinyl, you could have just kept spamming A, and then it'll just immediately put the vinyl disc in. But it was just slightly off, but that's okay.
All right, I'll let you talk about exactly what's going to happen here after this meeting with Cliff.
All right, no problem. So right now, we're going to discuss which boss we're going after next, which is going to be Sayu, which is the Vocaloid-inspired boss fight of this game. And right after we talk with Sayu, we are going to be doing a bit of menu management. So specifically, we're going to be equipping an ability that we just got from DJ Sub, which is going to be a boomerang toss throw on Mayday, which is going to be really useful throughout the entire run in all the approaches and all the boss fights. And here we just have a few text boxes that we need to explain all the stuff, like how sodas help regen our energy bar. And then going up, we have the skill tree. And so we have a very specific skill tree path that we need. And having the S on some of the boss fights, it's pretty good, but you don't need it all the time. You can get a few A's or you get a few C's here and there. And so we're just going to get most of the first skills for every single character. So more specifically, for Bed Bunk Junction, we now have the ability to double jump, and we have another skill where we gain meter if we idle in place during boss fights, which sounds weird at first, but there are certain bosses where idling and standing still is there's time in order to idle, so we can gain more meter, which means we get more uses to use abilities. For Mayday, we have an increase of the amount of notes that you can fire, like we saw in the DJ Sub fight. And for Zuku, we have increased the combo count to 5 hits, and I believe he also decreased the transformation time.
Yep. So now we're gonna go off and fight Sayu, as I call the waifu of the group. Her weapon, her genre of music in this game is called cutecore, also known as idol. And my favorite thing is her weapon is a Pune Trident.
Not to be confused with a USB trident.
Yeah, of course.
And coming up, this is the first approach of the game, which is the platforming section. So some things to understand about how the approaches work. So there's going to be a music track that plays within every room and adds layers the further you get into the approach. And so how it works also is that the enemy attack patterns are independent of one another. But for approaches like Sayus and Tentens, they're moving platforms that are dependent depending on how fast you are in certain rooms. So we're trying to clear these rooms as fast as possible to get certain cycles of the moving platforms.
I like how
also,
he...
we need to hit all the enemies here. As you can see where the boards are, you only need to kill as many enemies as the lights show. So in this room, there'll be 2. There's gonna be like 3, 4, etc. It just keeps increasing. So as long as we kill the minimum amount of enemies, then we're able to continue on.
I always forget to dodge that hit there. Ow.
That's a really tight roll input.
Yeah.
We guys got a moment for a donation?
I think so.
Fantastic. We got a $10 donation from DDG saying, this guy needs a room tonight. Anyone have a spare bed near the venue?
For those that don't understand the joke, and in the Discord, because we're online this time, I went off and I'm memeing about like having this at a venue and stuff like that. And so over the week I said my roommates bailed on me. They wouldn't have a room for me to use. Oh! Alright, that's new. Alright. Oh, nope, I didn't get that in time. Oh well. That's alright.
Oh, wow, I've never seen that before. So normally, what should have happened there is when he used the Mayday ability, it should have ricocheted onto the second security bot, but it just kind of stopped at the first one.
Yeah. Not sure about that. I'm like double jumping a lot by accident there, and it's causing a little bit of an issue, but that's fine. Hashtag marathon luck.
Yeah, we'll just eat your inputs, so you know.
Yeah. All right, guy. Also, I did that wrong. I went with the old strats on that. Whoops.
Alright, John, going to the S shape. That's actually the faster route.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you were right the whole time.
Oh.
All right. Yeah, that approach is actually the hardest in the game. Ironically, having the first approach be the hardest is really rough for a run, but it's a good reset point. And
so
now
if I
we're
can...
on to this.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, sorry about that. But so Sayu, she's a big, giant robotic mermaid, and so for the first section, all we have to do is just go from point A to point B. So we switch to Zook because we are going to be using him to clear the first and second phase right here.
If I can get cat jams in chat for this bop that is the Sayu fight. Also, this is the only one that's or no, I'm sorry. This is the only one in the soundtrack that actually has music to it or lyrics to it.
Alright, so this is the start of the second phase. So the first thing that she does is always going to be a laser, so we can't stop that. But what we can do is actually we can damage animation cancel, or DAC for short, by playing music after getting hit. And so you'll see that we had two options to go for. We had either a music box or we had the motion capture box to go for. So the reason why we go for motion capture here is because this will disable the rest of Sayu's attacks throughout this phase. So she can no longer do Rain of Fish, or she can't do the explosion. So this makes our job a lot easier when we're going for the music box now. Disabling the music box will not only stop the floating pink bars that you see on screen, but it actually stops the lyrics in the background. So that's actually nice attention to detail.
Also, each boss fight has 3 different styles for every single phase. So you'll hear the traditional EDM one, then you'll hear kind of this mixed one that you kind of hear right now, and then the better you are, it changes to a rock version later on. So every song has 3 different versions. And I got the glitch with the lyrics still play.
I've always really enjoyed that in games that have kind of like a dynamic bit of music with combat, like Devil May Cry has done that in the past.
Yeah. Come on.
Okay, so the reason why he, unfortunately, what happened there is, if you're fast enough, you can actually only get the mouse attack instead of having both the mouse and the laser come out at the same time.
There we go. If you listen closely, you get to hear some great stuff from Sayu's character when she attacks. There's the traditional, like, please take this seriously, shall we dance, and stuff like that. And then we'll have, like, a Sailor Moon quote where she'll say, in the name of love, I shall punish you.
Yeah, Sayu just speaks in puns.
Oop. We get close to Sayu's best form here in a little bit, though. Also, in traditional, I guess, Japanese style, they have in the background of the glow sticks. I'm gonna grab that and ground pound there to kill them all. So that's what the background is. And the more you kind of get into it, the more it kind of goes off into. All right, I'm gonna ground him. Do this one more time. So I intentionally switched to Sayu so I can build up her big attack, trying to get into this last phase. And unfortunately, it looks like I may have to grind a little bit more with Sayu.
Or Mayday.
Or, I'm sorry, yeah. Sorry. Names are names.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. And quickly switch on over to Zook. I'm trying so hard not to sing to this.
Alright, this is the fourth section. Or wait, is it fourth? I think it's the fourth or third. Anyway, all we have to do now is just run away. We have enough pre-planning ahead, so you have to just do a certain amount of rolls. I think first island, like 5, second 5. 4 rolls are coming up ahead for this third island right here. Alright, nice. And the mouse actually is away from our characters, so we don't have to deal with any attacking.
Ah. I messed myself up a little bit there. That's fine.
No, I think you're good.
Oh, get ready for the ultimate form here. Sayu's best form. Where she has her Pupian Trident. The people who are running her can combine her powers, and now she's a fish.
What happened to my cute mermaid idol?
Oh, you actually got it that time. Nice. Okay.
Steady fights, so let's concentrate. Nice.
Alright, and then I got one more. Yep, okay. What? Okay. That didn't hit him at all. Okay, I don't know what that was.
Your character was distracted by those long legs. Fine.
That was new.
Yeah, we have to go with backups here.
That's alright, yeah. Yeah. Alright, we got one more, and then... That should be it. That was it. Okay, yeah.
There's only one way to end this.
Okay, let's just get rid of this thing.
Alright, so I wasn't saying much because I wanted you to concentrate on the parry. So basically, for the strat that we're trying to do, what you need to do is you need to parry those 4 rings of fish that surround you. And so the way we do it, we do 2 rings of fish aimed at the motion box, which is on the far left, and then we aim ring of fish for the motion, or what's it called, the mouse box, and then the music box. And then we would have used the boomerang throw to kill music and mouse, and then that exposes the health bar. Unfortunately, the guitar decided to go all the way to the barrier health bar, so that was really cool.
That was something new. That's the official... I haven't seen that before, or that's never happened before.
Sometimes the game can be really funky like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like positioning wise, because there's some issues, especially with like notes being shot where they don't deal damage. Some of the arpeggio notes from Zook's abilities sometimes don't do damage as well. So, but hey, having an S on Sayu, that's still really good.
Yeah. I'm so happy with it. And now we get to my favorite moment. DK West, also known as the best.
Who doesn't love 6 to 7 minute auto scrollers?
I know, right? So when we were talking about music games, we've hinted at it a little bit, but this is kind of the creme de la creme. So if you're a fan of rhythm games of Guitar Hero, Rock Band, you'll automatically understand what DK West is, because it's got the exact same function with a twist. Oh, we're on the front page. Hi, front page. My name's Midnight Vesper. I hit the wrong button there.
What's up, Cliff? Hey,
Yeah,
I'm perhaps
no rush.
yeah. Take your time.
All right. And yes, I do have chat open. So for those of you that are interested, we're going to go off and do this wonderful fight against DK West. But first, we're going to talk to our good buddy Zam, our radio DJ.
Thanks. Why don't you
It's the only time we really end up seeing him, though.
What do you
So, you know. Bye, radio DJ. Wow. So here's the interesting thing about DK West, and what they do is they use the language of the Malaysian language mixed in with an English language. So I forget the actual name of it, but they combine both languages when they do these kind of rap-offs. So you'll hear stuff that's in the Malaysian language, as well as mostly in English. Also, if everyone could do me a favor and start spamming in chat, DK West is best, I would love you all. This is also basically an auto-scroller, so, if, you know, anyone, you know, Zombie, this is all on you. If you have any questions or anything else, you know.
Digging this art style.
Oh yeah, no, the art style is fantastic. Yeah. So the thing about this is, as you can see, I'm using my joysticks to control, to make sure I don't get hit. No, we want to get hit occasionally to kind of like try and lower the shakalaka bams. And then this is entirely RNG. So this will change between every single time you play this particular section here. And we're in a rap battle, so yeah.
Such a rookie. Well, at least I had my friends. You only had me pretend all the way to the end. You're lucky we're even related.
The more you play this, there are 3 rap battles total. We're only going to do the first one because it's in the main storyline. But DK West 2 and 3 fights are something else. Also, I told Zombie Punk to turn the volume up during this particular fight because after this we're gonna let a cutscene play, and I'm gonna wait for one person to understand why when it happens. I'm not gonna say it, and I'm hoping Zombie Punk immediately hears it and goes, "Wait, was that?"
And these illusions are really your illusions, and your rhymes are just behind the times. You think that you are a king, but if I said that, I'd be lying. The world doesn't revolve around you. Even in the multiverse, you're not worth a verse. Oh, rest in peace. Oh, he's dust.
That was a mistake. There's a lot of cat jams that can be used for this entire section here.
Or else Aduhai, he does nothing but cry. He thinks he's a real ace when he's a real bad case.
So later on, we're gonna try and get damaged. If I don't, it's not that big of a deal. I love the cat jams.
It's legit one like my new favorite emotes on Twitch.
So also, I forgot to mention, DK West is Zook's brother. I think older brother?
With all his charming ability, has now learned a hard lesson in humility.
So this whole section is kind of based off of vengeance, you know, brother rivalry and stuff like that.
Zook's a real baddie robber. Not even
We got 2 more after this.
He stole all my friends and none of his own. And Nadia, man, you remember that girl? You only added her because I was in the sheet.
Also, we'll know more about Nadia here in a little bit.
Stole a girl that made me couldn't breathe. Robber of friends, copycat Zook. You ain't nothing without West. You ain't nothing without West. You ain't nothing without West.
I see you guys in chat with the cat jams.
I mean, this song is a jam.
Yeah. Oh no, it is a jam.
actually see.
And there's kind of the language a little bit there.
You are below the bottom of the lame end. You are never as good as you thought. Only your imagination never had a drought. You think you're a marathon runner. You never even ran right and pilot. You were canceled. The end. As you left college,
The first time I played this section just blew my mind. I'm like, what's going on here? All right, so there's the end of that particular section, and we're gonna let the cutscene play. And I'm not gonna say anything about it. Let this play out.
Kau menang sebab aku kasih chance je.
No, you didn't.
Macam ni lah. Kau pergi rehat dulu. Ha? Aku datang balik bila kau boleh rap macam pro. Okay, bro. West out.
Hey, where are you going? I want this battle fair and square. You hear me? Hey! Hey! Right. Okay, leave. Just leave.
Okay. I'm sensing a lot of anger here. What happened to Zook, the chillest music man in Vinyl City?
Yeah, I know. Just that the sky is so...
And there it is. So, I got done with that.
Oh no. Is that a JoJo reference?
There it is. Yes, that is in fact a JoJo reference. And that's exactly why I want to go on there.
That is great.
So we got our ultimate duet. I like to grab the ultimate duet and use it for Yinu and maybe 1010 and the Tatiana.
My pleasure.
So we're gonna grab that real fast. And I did not mean to click stickers. We don't use stickers at all, actually.
By the way, if you would let me know when you've got a bit of a spare moment. Since we are on the front page, we got a whole bunch of new people here. I would like to just go over real quick what we are on about.
Go ahead.
Lovely people tuning in. Okay, we got that?
Yeah.
Just to let everyone here know what we are doing this weekend. This is the NoReset Speedrun Marathon. We're going to be here all weekend raising money for charity. The charity in question is the Equal Justice Initiative, and they are committed to ending mass incarceration and excessive punishment in the United States to challenge racial and economic injustice and to protect basic human rights for the most vulnerable people in American society. So that is a great cause to be donating for. There's a lot of people that just don't get treated fairly. Let's be honest here. No matter what, how you may think politically, you have to admit there's some people that just got the short end of the stick and they need to be treated a lot better. But we are raising money this weekend for that cause, and we got some incentives for you guys to toss in some money to charity if charity was not enough for you. In fact, we got a milestone coming up here at the $2,000 mark for a Final Fantasy randomizer. Drop your weapons. So that's coming up just in a little bit over $1,000. We can get that by the end of this run. I'm willing to bet. Then we got for $2,500 Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD Ultra Heaven, and that also comes with a bid war for which character they're going to use. So let's hit those milestones. Let's make that happen, and let's extend this amazing charity event.
Yeah. All right. Moismark, do you want to take it over from here about what I'm doing here?
Yeah, no problem. So, sorry, I've been quiet. So basically, what we just did, we equipped some extra mods with Ultimate Duet. Also, you'll notice that earlier he was air dashing a lot. That is one of the new skills from the skill tree that we have unlocked. And we're on to the second approach, which is a lot simpler than the first one. There are no moving platforms. All the platforms or the rooms are right next to each other, and there are limited amount of enemies that you need to kill. Also, this is the first room that introduces notes that enemies will drop. So you'll notice that in the skill tree earlier, some of the skills I got was it increased the Mayday's maximum ammo capacity.
Wow.
And there's also another Bedbug Junction buff where if he ever parries any item, then he gives 3 notes to his non-active partner, which is very useful since every fight we are going to need to parry at some point or another. Fortunately, that note got stuck on the bush. Sometimes the note placements that the enemies drop can be a little iffy. That's sort of RNG there.
Hey, look, there's another one that got stuck.
I mean, those placements can be like, look at that placement right there.
Yeah.
It's just stuck in midair. That's really bad.
Oh, okay, now we get to do the death. So, I just died. But the fun thing about this game is if you want to continue, it'll basically let you continue exactly where you left off when you have full health and everything again.
But this is only on the PC and the PS4 version, I believe. So for Switch and for Xbox One, if you die in any stage, including the boss fight or approach, you will have to reset from the very beginning.
I exploit the heck out of that.
I mean, it's also technically a time saver, because whenever you reset during a fight, your rank automatically goes to C, which means less loading time during the results screen. Another DAC right there. That one drops 4 notes, luckily for us, and we can kill the rest of the bots here and open the gate.
Did I not finish this? I guess I didn't finish that.
It's not open.
That was weird.
It's going to be very important in this room, so we had to kill those fly bots. Each of these gray bots will drop just 1 note. Then we're going to end up using our boomerang skill to clear out the last room right here.
You don't, if you die in these approach levels, by the way, it doesn't change your rating at all at the end of the boss. It's only for the boss fights. And I like... There we go. I think I killed one extra by accident, but okay. Also, to answer your question, Dee, I don't know. I find these type of games and I just get immediately attracted to them.
Alright, nice approach, and now we're on to the Yinu boss fight, which is the Chakala Piano Prodigy.
I think we just got schooled by a kid.
So for the very first phase, all we have to do is we need to run up to Yinu. However, there's going to be a gate that's going to be spawning very shortly, and we need to kill the lock first.
There we go. Then this one is more, you just kind of have to attack Yinu with notes.
Yeah, so the very clever thing about how all the boss fights are structured is that they introduce certain attack patterns one by one, so that way you're never surprised at whatever they're throwing at you next. So right here, you see that all these giant notes, so we're going to keep dropping sets of 3 and 4 shootable notes. Alright, that's the end of the first phase, and now we're on to the second, which introduces the mother. So right here, everything is pretty straightforward. There's going to be 3 transformable items that drop from the ceiling. So all we need to do is transform all of them, and then also parry the notes.
There we go. All right. Ah. No one cycle. Rip.
Yeah, so what we're trying to do there is trying to go for the rapid fire zoop jump cancels. It's really hard to do, so it's can't get all the time. But that's really fine since the phases will generally go by pretty fast, or at least the cycle of the music.
I've reset many a run for that type of stuff, just by sheer accident.
But it's still technically a time saver since having a C rank is going to lower the result screen. You know, funny thing enough, I thought that you couldn't reset a run when I first started speedrunning the game, so I just kept killing my runs, not realizing that I could just, is actually just go off of it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm going to stick with May here to finish this off. And apparently I wasted HP and she still didn't want to go into the cutscene.
You are ruining her performance.
2 hits. All right, I'll take it.
Yeah, so if you keep spamming your moves during that cutscene, she's actually tangible, and that actually affects the mother's health bar, not Yinu's strings, which is very helpful for when we go into the final phase.
But I have a master's degree in fine arts and
So now
music.
third phase, everything gets a lot more crazier, but it's basically the same thing as before, where we're just gonna activate all of the transformable items, we're gonna parry all the pink notes, and then we're also going to try and deal as much damage, because as soon as we get half of our health bar gone, the second time Yinu drops, it's gonna transition to the final phase.
I intentionally switched on over to Zoop there, by the way, just to make sure that I was able to get, oh, hi, Invisible Wall. To get the Shadow Dancer ability up and running. And then what we want to do here, I think, is keep doing all this until we go to the next phase when we end up kind of getting the strings off of Yinu's piano. Is that the only one? I guess so.
Here you go.
I don't know how that happened. Oh, fine. There we go. All right.
Mama? Get off
And now she's a spider.
stage.
So for the final phase here, we're gonna intentionally run into these mines, because each of them are gonna drop 3 notes for us to shoot. And then there's going to be 2 turrets that drop on both the left and right side, so we're going to try and activate those as often as possible to reset the timers.
I won't allow you to do this.
And then we're going to wait for this final phase here. Okay. And that's my Shadow Dancer comes into play.
Play harder. They are making a fool out of you, Yinu.
Did I miss that? All right, almost there. And now you can hear the music kind of switched on over to more kind of rock formation. All right, so we're done with that phase. There it is.
One way to end this.
Way ahead of you, Zook.
So you think we're done with that level, right? And we just, you know, got our final attack loaded. We're getting ready to do everything here. And rejected.
Whoa, triplets! She's going all out!
Massive damage! Massive damage!
Here's our tribute to Kingdom Hearts. And now we're done with Yinu.
Yep, we end the fight by smashing Yinu's piano. But it had to be done for the speedrun.
It's not very cash money of you.
No. But we're getting things set up to my favorite part of the run. I mean that sarcastically, which is the 10-10 approach.
Yeah, 1010 tends to be a big problem for most of us, including during the boss rematch section, because one of the original skips in the game actually has been removed. And also, there is a lot of RNG that is involved in the run itself, or at least that specific boss battle. Also, it's the second approach in the game that has the moving platforms, which I mentioned earlier, and that is a pain to deal with.
It's also where I'm going to be mostly not talking at all, but actually counting 1, 2, 3, and 4 to make sure I can actually attempt to parry these lasers properly.
No problem. Just let me know if I should be quiet, and then I'll let you concentrate.
Nah, you're good.
All right.
You're fine.
So what we just got from Yinu, we got the projectile ability for Zook, which is Arpeggio Assault. And if you haven't noticed, or if you haven't seen at the top left, so Mayday has only 2 meters, which means you can only throw a guitar twice, but they are stronger and are able to hit more enemies. Zook has a total of 8 uses of his meter, so he can shoot out 8 notes essentially at full. Once he's full bar, which is going to be important when we idle during the 10-10 fight.
Now, it's interesting, and I don't know if it's with anyone else or if there's something that I've missed, but I don't have a constantly follow behind. So every time you see me kind of dashing, I'm also very much moving the joystick around to make sure I'm kind of always behind May or Zook in these worlds, just to make sure I don't run into any other extra obstacles or accidentally hit a wall or something like that.
Yeah, unfortunately, Overworld is not so straightforward. Just gotta keep turning left, right, and then try and try doing ledge rolls and do air dodge as much as possible.
I also find it very funny that the game's called No Straight Roads, but in reality, in order to get to every single boss or anything like that, you basically go on a giant straight road.
Especially the final section to Tatiana.
Yeah.
Quite a contradiction.
That's some false advertising right there.
All right. This is where like I said, I'm not going to talk about all of this, so this is going to be all on you, Moist Rock.
Alright, no problem. Alright, 10-10 approach. This is going to be hopefully a good one, but again, 2 bumpers here. We only need to kill 1. We need to build as much meat as possible. Again, fortunately, we got the slow cycle, so now we have to wait for the moving platform to come back to us, which is fine.
Oh, I messed it up completely. 2. What? That's not right.
Okay, so during the music, now the bots introduce parry lasers, which is going to be important for us to build up notes for our partner. Right there, we got the double parry, so Zook has 6 notes now, which is going to be very important for the next room, and we're going to keep repeating the cycle over and over.
Why am I not doing that right? 1, 2, 3. There we go. Oh, I forgot to kill one.
It's fine.
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
Leave this to me.
Oh yeah, something else I should mention is that the bumper bots in every single approach actually carry on an ability of the boss that you're approaching. So it gives you a little bit of foresight of what you're going to be dealing with. So if you see the bumper bots here, they actually have force fields, or I guess shields in general. So you can't hit them while that's out, and then they disappear as soon as they attack.
And I'm going to kill these now because of the next section that's been a little bit tricky for me lately, so... Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
Oh, that one's really weird too, because both their shields are down. It was just bad. It was just unfortunate.
Yeah.
Positioning of the guitar. But at least bots were close, so you could hit both of them same attacks.
Safety kill.
Alright, what Vesper just did there is he activated the respawn checkpoint by air dashing just close enough, so that way if he just falls to the ground, he's actually saving time by skipping the entire right side of the map. Nice carry on that.
There we go.
And that show open the gate, and he's going to do the same thing right here.
Casually, which is better, this or Karma Flow? Casually, this is better. All right, there we go.
All right, nice approach. And now we're on to 10-10.
I want to see if I can one cycle this. The way this run's going, I don't know, but yeah.
Alright, so very first phase, very simple. All he has to do is just destroy one of the robots, and then it's going to play the cutscene. So basically what just happened there is we introduced the commander, which is Neon J, and whenever you kill a 10-10 member, he will respawn another one during the end of the cycle. But we're trying to do a one cycle phase here, so with a total of 12 notes between Zook and Mayday, he should be able to kill the entire bar of health.
All right.
Nice old parry.
That worked.
And he has
Also,
12 notes.
Yeah, so I'm full up, so that should help out a lot. Also, this is the J-pop version. You know, this is J-pop, and it's meant to be basically idols. So the whole time during cutscenes and stuff like this, the 10-10 is the boy band, and they're flirting with May, and it's like the dialogue is so great.
Right here,
Yes.
Neon J's gonna come down.
All right, one cycle.
Nice one cycle. Alright, and this part is just gonna be an auto scroller, but we can still make do with this. So we can still parry the notes from red, or at least the shots, and then we can also build up shootable notes for the last phase. But
All right. And then it's best to stay with Zook here for me because he's the lowest, so I need to build up his power. And I just got hit, and I realized that.
yeah, this is where the idle to meter gain skill comes in handy. Also, fun fact, I actually read in the YouTube comments section, but Neon is the 10th element in the periodic table, and J is the 10th letter in the alphabet, so that's where 10 comes in.
Huh.
Yeah, I thought that was really clever.
And actually, he's pretty clever. So now our boy band's destroyed.
There's the final phase right here, so we're just going to fire all of our notes, and then we just need to use all the abilities that we have stored up right now.
And I'm going to wait to see if I can, considering that May's maxed out. So I'm going to try and max out on Zook to get my final attack here, which again does a lot of damage. Ah!
Oh, this is where the RNG came in. So during that green explosion, each of those blasts have a chance to drop 1 to 6 notes, and actually not even 1. Sometimes they drop no notes at all. So you can have the worst luck possible and have like only 4 appear. Sometimes you can have like 20 to 30. So it's all whether or not RNG is good with you.
Oh, I hit. All right. Then I switch back over to May. Go back to Zook now. You can also parry on those, but I haven't figured out exactly where they're at, to be honest.
Parries on those are really strict timing. Like, if you're just a second off, you're just going to get hit by that, which feels really bad.
Yeah.
But it's all definitely a time saver.
Also, my favorite thing is now May's sad because May has to destroy her idols in order to progress. And she knows she has to, but she doesn't really want to. So there's 10-10. I'm almost happy. I'm scared on Eve's RNG, and the only reason why I said that is because I haven't really mastered the full parries yet. Because that was discovered from you last week, or was it this week?
I think it was like a week or a half ago, yeah.
Okay,
it was the
yeah.
last time I did my run. Also, have you noticed how this game really emphasizes legs? DJ Sub having no pants, Sayu having the reverse mermaid, and then 10-10 Robot just growing legs.
Huh.
Makes you wonder.
Yeah, never noticed that before.
Oh, and don't forget Eve, which is coming up.
Oh, yeah. Eve is also known as Nadia. I believe that's actually Eve's real name is Nadia. And spoiler alert, Eve and Zook used to date.
Back in college, don't forget, Zook has a master's degree.
Yep.
Start with 1/4 cup of water.
And that's all you get of that ingredient.
Hey, Cliff.
So at this point of the run, we shouldn't be using any more mods from the bosses, and I believe we are done upgrading anything from the skill tree.
Yeah.
Now,
Mhm.
so we're just able to go talk to Cliff, and then we're able to just go straight into the district.
No, man. I didn't mean that.
Oh, I didn't
Who's
do
that?
it right.
Oh, yeah. That's another thing I forgot. So, unfortunately, there is the dialogue scene with
I thought he was yours.
Gigi right there. So, if you don't buffer all of your A presses beforehand, this is what happens, where you have to listen to the full dialogue. It does lose around like 5 to 7 seconds.
You still get to hear it though. So I'm okay
Yep.
with that. You hear the dialogue.
Black screen, but he's so cool. All right. So yeah, as Vesper was mentioning earlier, so initially we thought that the Eve fight, we were trying to figure out what was causing her to teleport all around the map. We were fighting her, whether or not it was the amount of hits, if it was the music, or if it was damage threshold. It turns out that during the Eve boss fight, you just don't want to be near her. So if you're close, like within strike range, she will always teleport away from Mayday or Zook. So whenever you're far away, and if she's just doing often her own thing, she will have hands that pop out from the floor that shoot out parryable notes, or parryable, like, I think their eyes or something like that. And normally, as we've seen in the rest of the game, you can only parry pink notes. For some reason, Eve is the only boss fight where you can parry every single projectile she throws, but the timing is very weird since they are not on beat, so...
It also doesn't help that Eve's fight, not the prelude, but a lot of Eve's fight is broken up into 8ths rather than 4s. So that makes things even a lot harder. And again,
the music itself is pretty chaotic.
Yeah, and again, I got to count here. Because the parries here are on the second beat of the 4th pattern. The 2nd beat of the 4th measure, I guess.
There's no parries here, so I'll just quickly explain. As we saw before, the bumper bot has Eve's ability, which is able to teleport all around the map. We shouldn't be having to deal with any of those bumper bots until, I think, 4th room. And it takes, as you probably noticed, all of the bots get noticeably stronger every time. So now, like, these black bots, they take 5 hits from Mayday, brown bots take 2, and then the fly bots, which are the most annoying, take 3 notes instead of 2 from the initial 10-10 and Yinu approaches. So right here, Vesper's gonna go for the parry to the G robots.
Nope. I haven't been snagging that one in a while.
It's a very tough parry.
Look. There we go. Gig over. No, it's not. The gig's never over. Bands will still play music. There we go. All right.
berries.
And everything repeats here at the beginning of this, so. Who are you attacking? 1, 2.
Uh-oh. So unfortunately, if you've noticed, like, there's a white box at the top left of the screen. So unfortunately, the game does not track accordingly with your character sometimes. So if there's some fly bots that you didn't kill beforehand, they'll target the fly bots in the previous room. So yeah, it's just something to be cautious of in any other runs. But we got through the 5th room safely, and now we're on to the 6th. I believe it's this, and then 2 more.
Yeah, 2 more after this. I don't know why that's not working with me now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. There we go. Should have been it. Oh. I don't know why, but I used to be like, for the past little while, for the past like couple of streams, this has been giving me the most trouble, is this Eve's approach, and mostly Eve. It's just the RNG's been trolling me for a little while. So I forgot about this thing here.
There we go. That's
right,
the full use of Mars attack, hitting all 3. Nice ender, and that should complete the approach right here.
Now the fun one. So you'll understand the aesthetic of Eve as soon as you see her. Or really, this room.
This pedestrian girl you chose is a mistake. She is fire. Fire and sea do not mix.
Hey, the name's Mayday, okay?
Let's do this. Alright, so the way this first section works is we're just going to keep chasing Eve around the map.
Can I, like...
And so these hands up here, so they're actually color coordinated with the characters. So red hands can only hit Mayday, and then white hands can only hit Zoo.
And if you notice, when the painting still kind of flashes in that color, Eve's hitbox is still active. So you can, if you hit that, you can still actually hit her and damage her. And again, you can hear the music kind of transitioning as well. Where'd you go, Eve? Okay. I tried. Yeah, I was afraid of this. There we go. There's that.
I feel an
Yeah. So as you can see,
so for the second section, oh sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
All right, so second section right here. Basically, Eve has separated both Mayday and Zook into different settings. So also something interesting to note is that whenever you switch characters, the music actually changes dynamics for each of them.
This is more kind of an angry kind of feel to echo that. Basically, Eve is very angry at May, so that's why it's kind of has that more and kind of angry dynamic to it. And she's still kind of is with kind of Zoot. She's still very somber about the breakup. So
So you notice that whenever Eve teleports, there are 2 different teleportations that she either goes through. She
Did I
either
just
goes
do that
through
wrong?
The paintings that,
Yeah. Oh.
yeah. So she either teleports within the same room, but through like far away in the paintings, or she transitions to the other character's room. However, you have to listen for which side she's on. You have to wait for the full transition. Otherwise, if you teleport or switch characters too early, then she's going to be missing. Nice parry.
Let's try it here. Ah. I mean, that's what I actually face that way.
Yeah, this section can be really difficult because all the parry notes or all the eyes that aren't the pink ones, you have to hit them on the offbeat. The timing can be really inconsistent overall.
I think it's better for me to do it a little bit closer, though.
Nice.
Can I not there on that one? Jeez. All right, there. Let's try it again. So wait a little bit longer.
Well, also, just like DJ Sub, the boss fight will actually end to the final phase when she is half health now.
Yeah. So we're almost there. I don't know if I can counter that one.
Laser beams you cannot counter time, I believe. Or parry.
There. I think we're almost there. I can probably do this and get it now. Nope, okay. It's being... There it is, okay. Just took a little longer than needed to be.
Zook, I think I see you at the other end of the tunnel. Zook, you were nothing before you met me. I handpicked you, molded you, sculpted you into the man you are today. You really think you can reach this level of brilliance all by yourself? Ha! I made you! And the greatest thing you ever accomplished in your life was to get...
There's only one way to end this.
Let's show her, Zook.
Green light.
And again, you can kind of hear the like somberness in Zook's voice too, whereas in the last one, May was kind of really sad about ending the 10-10 fight, and you can hear it a little bit here with Zook and that somber. He's like, he has to do it, but in the same thing, like, he understands that kind of Eve's a little weak, and he just, you know, feels kind of bad about the whole thing. Which is kind of echoed in the cutscene that we don't see.
Everything is nothing.
Ah.
Why should I continue to entertain this void?
Eve?
So much to do, yet nowhere to go. Stars, I do not belong. They are so beautiful.
And again, with this cutscene, because again, they were just in a relationship, and
Goodbye.
Zook kind of mentors Eve and be like, to kind of go off and be like, you know, you're your own person. You don't always have to rely on other people and stuff like that. And you are a beautiful shining star in your own right. It's a really, really nice kind of scene to see that we're not going to. That's pretty much the harder of the fights, because Tatiana's easy, and then we get a nice, beautiful ending. So now rock rules throughout it. Everyone in the area is basically loving rock. And if you look through the scenery, the more you kind of go advanced, the more you complete areas, the more there's more graffiti in the area. There's more kind of like, we love the name of the band, that is Bunk Bed Junction.
You both bunk bed
Right.
only
Easy.
that
Huh?
you anyway. Yeah.
Okay, this tonight.
We never even talked about the Ghoulings.
We just skipped over it during the beginning. It's not too important. definitely not a major plot point or anything.
No, definitely wouldn't be a plot point at all. No.
Just a band that Mayday looks up to. So
yeah.
No need for exposition. We got a speedrun to do.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
This is a speedrun marathon. Who needs plot?
Right.
We will have, actually right now, we do have a couple minutes free if you want to read off any donations, if we have anything else along those lines.
Well, we got nothing new yet, but once again, just want to remind everyone out there watching on the World Wide Web, hopefully you remembered to update your AOL disc that you got in the mail. But
oh wait, there's a new one?
What's that?
There's a new AOL disc?
No. I was making a very bad joke.
I know, I was trying to play with it.
Oh. I need more coffee. It's fine. Final Fantasy Randomizer, drop your weapons incentive milestone coming up at the $2,000 mark. We are almost there, guys. I believe in you all to make it happen. We can do it. And after that, there is a Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD Ultra Heaven speedrun for the $2,500 incentive. And that comes with a bid war for which character is going to get used in that run. And said it before, I'll say it again. Super Monkey Ball speedruns are always entertaining as heck to watch because those are very technical speedrun games. For those that are just tuning in and are not aware of what we are doing here besides being insomniacs and losing our minds slowly, we are raising money for the Equal Justice Initiative, and they are committed to ending mass incarceration and excessive punishment in the United States, to challenge racial and economic injustice, and to protecting basic human rights for the most vulnerable people in American society. So it goes to a great cause, guys. So look forward to hitting those milestones and making this wonderful weekend event just a little bit longer.
So I love doing this during this section. It's just to have Zook. It's an unworthy glitch, but if you use your kind of like aerial attack, like the musical note attack in this particular section, and then you switch on over to a character, they're still going to end up playing their instrument. So right now I'm controlling May, but Zook is just warming up his arms.
Also, during this whole elevator cutscene, we're actually considered in the boss fight. So the reason why we're just standing still right now is because we're just building meter for both Mayday and for Zook because of the idle to meter gain skill.
And I know we did have some fans throughout the chat. I saw a couple of people in chat that were like, you know, just having fun and talking about all the characters. And I see you and I love you.
I believe someone like you two are able to be my artists. I brought order and progress to
Cat jams for this song. This song is a bop.
Vote for their own charter. The quality of democracy has improved since.
So the way Tatiana's boss fight works, for every star of the phase, you're gonna have to hit this golden cog, which is just circling around the screen, which is basically a clock. And then once you break the cog, it stops the regeneration, so it means you don't have to repeat a phase, and then Tatiana will come down with a weapon each time.
If chaos is what is needed to get things done here, so be it!
You fail to see how much this city has improved since MSR took over.
Oh, I'm already messing this up a little bit. Come on. All right.
Let's give her a taste of her own medicine.
Nice parries. That's actually one of the major differences that we found in the Switch version, where for the parry notes, it actually goes immediately, which is honestly kind of hard to react to, but not undoable.
Oh, this is not good. Oh man, that was close. Oh, that was really close.
Yeah, so if he didn't activate if he didn't deplete the cog HP bar, then it actually would reset the entire first phase. But it's all good. Everything's still going as planned.
Even if there are distractions, never. Rock no longer belongs in any ambitious world. Get all you got.
So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to build up the final phase for Zook here. And I may not get the final thing here because I gotta be on May for this.
Their music is in a league of their own. We have amassed countless adoring fans over the years. There are no better candidates.
Should be good now.
The grand class.
Yeah.
No.
You hijacking their concerts was a cowardly act. If they're so great, then why did we defeat them so easily? Huh?
How dare you show disrespect towards NSR's needs?
I show respect to talent. Something which none of you guys
Alright,
had.
it's fine. Because we don't have to worry about points here, so.
You're going down, Tatiana.
Okay. And she removed the clock here, so. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that.
The Goons once commanded the city with their music, but we beat them with EDM. So shut up and let this city prosper.
We're trying to build up as much as we can here. So I'm not going to get it. It's a little bit of pain, but we'll still be able to make it through.
I've had it with you, and you took your choice of music.
So we're on the final phase here, and I'm just basically trying to build up so we can get the final kill here.
Rock is done. Finished.
The only thing that is finished is you and your empire.
Wow. There it is. Okay.
One way to end this.
Let's bring back the glory of rock.
That could have gone better. Unfortunately, I kind of messed up a little bit and forgot to prepare beforehand with Zook a little bit more than I should have. So we can go ahead and get that final showstopper a little bit earlier. But, you know, that is what it is. And we get our final cool. Oh yeah, we forgot to mention that the whole time Cliff was the enemy. Plot twist. So yeah, the whole time here we find out that Cliff is kind of a overzealous fanboy for rock music. Also, Tatiana was the lead guitarist of the Ghoulings, who made a loved and admired the whole time. Plot twist. So now our main enemy is the guy who's been kind of helping us defeat all the enemies the whole time. And our final mission is to destroy him. And he also decided that the satellite that you saw earlier that was kind of changing everything. He put a meteor on it, so that's basically crashing down throughout the entire area. So we have to go back and kind of resurrect all the stuff that we destroyed. If there's anything that you need to say, Zombie, this would be also a really, really good time because this is a kind of a auto-scroller kind of area.
Well, you're in luck because we do have another donation of $5 from DDG. He says, just felt like hearing Zombie's suave voice one more time. Also, Zombie, I'm going out for a smoke. Are you coming? Sure.
Nice, chill, relaxing music here. And I believe these are all stationed in the right area. Right, Moist Rock?
Yeah, so in the finale, all of the little satellite things that you need to activate, they're always going to be in a set position. So like for Yinu right here, it's just going to be what's called a counterclockwise square formation.
And the whole time you're doing this, Cliff is just getting more and more agitated about what's going on.
Also, the satellite's getting closer. That's
yeah,
fun.
Yeah, the satellite's getting closer. Also, when you're a fanboy of music and stuff like that, and you know, they betray you and stuff like that. I mean, don't you want to destroy a satellite and have it crash into the city? Or is that also just me?
Right here for the side section, it's going to start from the bottom left. It's going to be a clockwise square formation again.
I think that's the end. I think the lick after you do the power of rock, that da da da. I think that's the intro to an AC/DC song.
Huh, the more you know.
I forget which song it is, but I know it's on the Back in Black album.
You had me thinking for a second. I'm pretty sure that's the opening riff to Highway to Hell.
It may be Highway to Hell. I'll listen to it again, you know. Nope, whoops. Alright, it's coming up here in a second. It's either Highway to Hell or I think You Shook Me All Night. So we're getting pretty close. We got one more of these areas we got to revive.
Oh no, that was DJ. You're on the last
yeah.
part where you put the foot.
Also on the Switch version, those rocks don't hit you.
It's not like the rocks do anything anyway.
Yeah, they do actually damage you in the long run, but it's like, you know, very minuscule percentage.
Damn it, we don't have time to deal with
Like, honestly, I just wish that the helicopters blow up if you actually got hit by enough of them.
Yeah.
There's no incentive to dodge.
Oh, we forgot to mention that that Zook has a pet alligator that you feed that you can feed in the game, and then that's actually what's piloting the helicopter. All right, time's coming up, so get ready on time.
I don't know that alligators can have pilot's license.
Well, in this one, they can. So the time's going to be on the final hit here. So get ready for it. All right. And time.
This is it. There's only one way to end this.
Come on, guys! All together now!
That was a decent run.
This is sub 130.
Yeah.
Good run overall.
GG. Cool.
For a marathon run, that's not terrible, you know? A lot of things that kind of got wrong and
you
stuff like
beat
that.
your estimate, and that's what's important, my friend.
Yeah. But that's it. No Straight Roads. If you guys are interested in learning more about this, you can hit up myself or Moist Rock, who is the world record holder currently. They will know a lot more about it. Also, again, big shout-outs to the entire community who's worked out so much really, really fast, and we did a really good job with everything that's been taken care of. Big thanks to Moist Rock, who did a lot of the routing, who did a lot of the really guts of the entire thing and helped with the speedrunning guide and stuff like that. But if you when they
Look at that name. The city's cheering for us.
I only need to change my nickname on the Discord now. But yeah, thank you guys so much. It's been great. This game has only been out for a month and a half, and we've done so much with it already. I can't wait to see what else is in store with this game. Anything else you want to say, Moist Rock?
Not after all the things we
Yeah, so just as Vesper said before, if you need any or have any interest in speedrunning this game, we have a bunch of different categories, including any percent, which you complete the game in under 30 minutes. We have the boss rematch category, which we have a lot of international talent from Japan as well. We have Morgana, who's doing runs in Europe, which is really nice. And if you need to join the Discord, just go to speedrun.com, link in the Discord. And then we also have a bunch of guides that can help you throughout any other of the categories that you need to try and attempt. So yeah, other than that, thank you for hosting this. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. I'm going to go lie down and rest for a little while.
You could have taken
Well, thank you guys for the amazing run. Let's all give it up for Midnight Vesper. And
No, it was nothing. Couldn't have done it without you.
I need some water.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm all choked up over that speed run.
All right, you guys, I can't wait to see what else is in store for this marathon. We've got a lot of great stuff coming up.
Done these things a million times. Give
All right.
a few words of
I
encouragement.
will be going into the music transition, and we will be back with Black Mesa.
Sorry, guys.
All right,
I
thank
made a
you
mistake.
again.
I
And